Greetings, Commander Exigeous again. Today we're going to look at one of the more controversial ways to make credits, via skimmer missions. In all their wisdom, Frontier removed skimmer missions entirely as they decided you were making credits far too quickly. In version 3.03 they have returned, but you are now no longer able to kill the skimmers from the air as they will only spawn from an SRV. While this might seem to be a complete nerf, the reality is you can still make up to 100 million credits per hour in the right systems. This is another case of it takes money to make money, as the higher your rank, the higher value missions you'll be offered. Let's get started. First, you're going to want a ship with a few SRVs. For this, I use both my Python and DBX. As you become hostile with the skimmer base's faction, you'll start taking fire as you approach for landing, so make sure you bring something with adequate shields. I was able to land and dismiss my Python with only navigation level shields, but did lose a DBX once during testing. I'd recommend something like a Viper Mark IV with combat shields. As always, I'll include a few builds down below. You'll also want materials for hull and ammo reloads for your SRV, as when the support ships do begin to attack, it'll be harder to make it to the base without getting destroyed. On a few attempts, I had to synth hull repairs for my SRV 5 to 6 times before making it to the relative safety of the base, then a few times when I had to farm a high number of skimmers. Now let's find some skimmer missions. I'll put 2 locations below, but as these may change, you'll want to watch the forums for the latest locations. Once there, flip the mission boards between open and solo, looking for clean out and corporate strike missions. Take missions to a single location so we can kill everything in one place. When you first start these missions, don't worry if you're not seeing that many or many high-paying ones. You'll need to get allied status to be offered the high-paying ones. So at first, take anything you can get, board flipping until you've taken the maximum or just aren't getting any more. I also suggest taking any donation missions to help you rank up faster. Don't worry, you'll make these credits back later. Once you have your missions stacked, let's head out to the base to kill some skimmers. You'll need to land a few kilometers outside the base to avoid the exclusion zone and being engaged by the support ships there. Once you land, hop in your SRV and head over to the site. If the support ships do attack, I suggest first jumping back to Super Cruise. Once clear, come back to the base from further out, somewhat low to the ground. Once you're around 8 to 10 kilometers, land quickly, even if under fire, assuming you feel your shields can handle the attack. As soon as you land, deploy your SRV and as quickly as possible dismiss your ship. Once dismissed, the ships will turn their attention to you. Here's where you need to be ready to synth hull repairs, possibly a premium hull if you have the materials. If you do succumb to the attack, you'll respawn in a detention center nearby. This is another reason to do this in a low-value ship, so you don't have to worry about much of a rebuy. That said, a larger, more powerful ship will likely allow you to land and dismiss your ship without much fear of destruction. Once you reach the outpost, find a defensible position, ideally under some structure like the pipes I'm using. This will protect you from air attack and let you blast away at the skimmers with much less risk. I ran my pips at 402 to make sure I had enough shields to handle the attack from the support ships. Once you've completed all your missions, it's time to head back, but let's do that the smart way. Either let the base or ships kill you, or self-destruct your SRV and you'll spawn back in your ship in orbit, saving you considerable time driving back, docking, lifting off, and breaking mass lock. Once in your ship, you'll be able to jump to supercruise or hyperspace immediately. Once back at your origin base, turn in your missions. Note that for your first several runs, you'll likely want to take maximum reputation rather than pay to help you ally with the factions faster. As such, this will garner you higher paying missions sooner than if you just took maximum credits from the start. Personally, I was making 30+ million per run after my first 2 trips, with the payouts increasing from there. The final step is clearing our bounties at an interstellar factor. As you'll be acquiring bounties for your crimes, you'll need to find an interstellar factor to pay off these bounties, as currently you won't be able to use outfitting until you do so. You can find interstellar factors using the nearest tool on Inara under Systems and Stations, Nearest, then Interstellar Factors. While we may disagree with Frontier's opinions around mission payouts, hopefully they won't continue to adjust these missions and payouts for much longer. While I understand the need to balance payouts, it is shocking how little Frontier tests these mechanics before putting them into production. Hopefully they'll return to playing the game soon, so they'll understand how broad the impacts of these decisions are on the player base. I'd like to thank Commander Falter from the 64 Kitsune Wanderers for his assistance on this video. Once again, this has been Commander Exigeous reminding you to fly dangerously, and thanks for watching.